Are there any other source of light in the room?
Yeah, they have a couple of torches.
Okay, cool.
Seems like almost creating this scene or altar ready to.
Looking around, is there another entrance or exit from this room?
Yeah, there are two other tunnels leading further.
Yeah. But they're not. We'd have to go past the.
You will have to get past the door.
So okay. Let's just back up a little bit.
Yeah. We can back up.
Also, Nars, roll a nature check.
Yeah, that's been going well.
Yay!
I know, that's why I'm asking.
That would be 24.
24, you're pretty sure that the bone they're holding up is part of a dragon. Again, maybe it's like one of the four limbs or something like that.
They have 4 limbs?
Yeah.
And, well, simply 6 have wings.
Wings and a tail.
So actually, dragons are insects.
Yeah.
I'd rather they have a dragon bone than an actual dragon.
Yeah.
Yes.
If they're worshipping that, then maybe there isn't.
Yeah, none of you talk Draconic, right?
No.
Okay, cool.
Fuck no. You can read it.
I can read it. Arthur might know Draconic. And he can communicate.
He knows your languages.
Oh.
If we put on the subtitles, then you can read the subtitles.
Yes!
And then,
You see on the subtitles.
This is unusual. I can read it, but I have no idea what it says.
I have no context.
Exactly, it's out of context.
So do we want to try to sneak our way past them, or do we want to go back up and then go through the caldera as the other option, right?
How many did you say?
12 in total.
We can definitely deal with if we have to deal with 12, but I see no point.
Rather than not, if we can avoid it.
Exactly. There's no point in using time and energy
to find that.
Well, that was but we don't know whether.
Could be the other way leads down to at some point.
We don't know what the network's like. Carl, what do you think?
I mean, we're probably gonna hit another clan at some point, or like another pack. So I don't really mind if we start now.
I see your point. Right. So there might. So if there's what you're saying is if there's a group here, there'll probably be groups all over the place.
Seems likely, right?
Fair enough. Could we? Do you think there's a way we could sneak past them? If they're focused on worship?
Right. Could we distract them? They worship
Wagons.
We worship dragons. Can we? Is something like illusion powerful enough, or sound like that?
You see, Carnival looks down to his massive fists and look up at you like, I've got these.
Yeah.
That's about it.
It's kind of looking at the wizards, warlocks.
Yeah, no, let me just think. Not really. I don't really prepare illusions anymore. But if we take a quick, short. No, I'm just kidding. I have minor illusion, and that can also create sounds. So if we could create the sound of something from somewhere.
So minor illusion is you can make a sound or an image.
Yeah.
I also have minor illusion.
I also have minor illusion.
Nearest?
You create the first cinema.
No,
but my powers combined.
Like no, I mean seriously. Between can we do something?
I don't. Yeah.
Okay. Which?
Yeah, it's a good point.
What's the range of minor illusion?
30.
It is minor illusion. There we are. It has a range of 30.
I can control flames as well. Just a sec. Maybe I could do something weird with their torches. Real weird with their torches. Um, 60 feet.
60 feet?
Well, no, that's for control flames.
My illusion is 30.
30 feet.
I can create sort of shapes within fire. So maybe if I sort of could create sort of, kind of dragon-like shapes in the torches, and we created some illusion sounds of dragons, maybe that would we could sort of make them go a direction.
Yeah, I was kind of drawing down one of the tunnels.
Or either that sort of make them run towards something, either because they think it's something they need to, but it could be prey, or we create the sound of something that they would be afraid of, making them run away. They're pussies.
make a trail of dragon bones.
There's also options we have.
So that they can collect that.
I guess I could theoretically also snuff out the fire.
Do kobolds
Yes.
have dark vision? I'm assuming.
Yes.
They do, yeah, but I mean, I think.
But it's more like kind of as a suddenly, and then maybe what would be a natural in fear? Maybe they're just the sound of kind of clanking armor.
Yeah.
Or a cave collapsing.
That's actually
There
effective.
it
Yeah.
is. Now that's
That would terrify me though.
Okay, so since it's an illusion, I'm just wondering, like, if we made too large a sound, it's not like we can actually cause a quake or anything.
No.
Right?
But this would be we get the sound. So two of us make a sound, or maybe one of us making sound, and two of us is making the illusion of like rocks falling from above.
that is good.
Again, you can create an image of an object.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you can
that's
create
good.
2 rocks, for instance.
Yeah, okay. It wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to sort of.
Like drizzle, for instance.
No, it'll be too much, I think, for that.
But I mean, we could do the image of dust and an image of a large rock.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, again, you can still the sound continues unabated throughout the duration, or you can make discrete sounds at different times before the spell ends.
I mean,
And
yes,
again,
this
that's 1
will
minute.
all be based on the idea that they also breathe. But like kind of
But
just
yeah,
a
right.
rock. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Rock, rock, rock,
What?
and then rumble.
Oh, right, the image can. Okay.
I like it.
Should we try it? I mean, it's a worst
Yeah,
case.
worst case
scenario,
just
we
kill
could kill them all.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and if nothing else, it's just cantrips. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
Alright,
it.
let's try
Yeah,
it.
certainly.
Yeah.
So I'll make a rock.
Sure. We'll make this sort of rumbling sound, or should I do the
I mean,
light thing?
well, if you make the rumbling sound, I'll try to make like a dust cloud.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
While
Yes.
he makes the rock.
Nearest, any ideas? Do you want to kind of help us in any way whatsoever? Maybe, like, do you want to be useful?
What cantrip do you have?
Wait a second.
Oh.
Could we use mage hand instead to just like have multiple rocks and then just make those fall down?
Don't have mage hand.
I have mage hand. I have invisible mage hand as well, but
Well, it was just if we didn't have to use a big one, a big rock. But yeah, never mind.
I don't think that's necessary. I think the sound and illusion of rock is going to be more effective than us dropping kind of pebbles on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle.
I can make a puff of wind.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
If it's because that would kind of create a sort of a pressure.
Yeah.
Could you do like a rumbling, but you also need to make like a crash when the boulder hits? So,
I can try.
yeah,
Yeah.
if that's possible.
I mean, you can change the quality of the thing, right?
I can cast it again.
If you create a
you-
strong
you-
connection from
you
whisper
don't
to
make
scream,
sound.
be always
Yeah.
someone else,
I don't think I can manipulate the. I think it's sort of. I think I can create a rumbling sound and then I can create a crashing sound. But I think it's 2 instances of the spell.
Yeah.
But since you're doing a sound, there's no need to be retained illusion.
No,
So,
exactly.
let's do that. And then you make a wind, and
I think this is a great.
Cool.
and again, worst case scenario, we just kill them all.
And just so you know, from where you are towards one of the tunnels, there's about 120 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Fine.
just in case, I don't know how long the gust of wind, for instance, if you want. 30 feet.
But it wouldn't have to be, a gale.
No.
No, again, it's more like where you want it to create from your side out or from the other side
You should
towards
definitely make the rumbling come from the tunnel we're in, so
Yes.
we run to the other tunnel.
Exactly as we want. Yeah. Everything's coming from our side.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Very well.
So we set up, and
Yeah. You ready?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. I cast a minor illusion to make it look like a rock falls down from above.
Rumble sound. Rumble sound. Rumble sound. Rumble sound.
Dust
Gust
cloud.
of wind.
Okay. So I'll need to know each of your saving throws.
For what? Oh, for magic.
Yes.
Stuff.
Oh, fair enough. 18.
If we start with Eric first.
Yeah.
I suppose mine is increased because
It's
of...
your proficiency bonus plus your charisma modifier plus your plus 8. So it's 9 plus 8.
17.
17. Okay, cool. Yes, what was yours?
18.
18.
Wait, what do you say it was?
8 plus your
Well,
charisma
It's
plus...
yours is 18 as well. Because your charisma is 20.
Yeah, but I also have an increased spell save.
Yeah,
DC,
because of your
because of
rods.
my rods, so it's 20.
Shit.
Nice roll.
Cool. And
18.
18. Okay.
What's your attack bonus? That's your proficiency plus your
Modifier.
modifier.
That's it. I believe. So it should be plus 9.
You can see all the kobolds start to stop. The two winged kobolds almost drop the bone, but like. And all of them start to rush towards the. If we're looking from this side, they take this tunnel rather than this one.
So they're all going towards the same tunnel?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the two kobolds walking with the bone, like
Just keep it going. You can maybe push the stone and crash
they seem to completely ignore the wind for some reason. Everything else they fell for completely. Again, they rolled a natural 20. That's why.
But I guess you can save against illusions, but the wind is wind.
Yeah.
There is no save you can make.
Again.
So that's also because I'm not making an illusion. I'm just
Exactly.
to creation. I mean, the thing about Druidcraft is I can't make any cool illusions, but it was either a small puff of wind or I could make it rain.
Again, essentially, it was like walking into a 4D cinema. It was like, yeah, I like the movie, I like the whole thing, but the whole spraying water into my face, it really took me out of the whole experience.
I was like, and I could make a flower blossom, but that wouldn't really help this illusion here.
I mean, I feel like we all contributed equally to this. So
We did
good
it.
job, guys.
Maybe.
Carl just.
All right. Okay. So let's move towards the other. Whilst I think whenever I can, I'll keep the illusion of
Once-
rumbling.
Again, you can keep it for 1 minute.
Once all the kobolds have left the room, I start to add into the rumbling as well.
Yeah.
And so I disillusion the rock.
And just as have they left anything behind that we begin to?
Again, that's just an empty scene now and a couple of torches. That's it.
I'm assuming they took the bone with them.
Yeah. Again, the two winged walked
My
around.
bone. Let's go.
Yeah.
Did they
So,
go down
which tunnel do you take? Do you take the one on
One
the
did not
left?
take.
Yes.
Oh, it's the one on the right.
Cool. Let's bomb them and kill them now.
Right.
Makes sense.
You walk into a room, and again, looks like every other room we walk into, until Cargrim starts to enter, and then you see these faint murals start to glow around him, as if he's like a UV light, for instance. And you can see it depicts what is clearly like the creation of the Shapen. You see the forging, you see the deployment of them in the wall as he walks around.
Wow.
I think we hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
That is something you do not see every day.
Huh. I wonder how this works.
Assuming magic.
I get that, but how do they sense it's me? I mean,
It's your blood,
Again,
probably.
magic.
no.
But didn't your ancestors?
They were artificers and smiths, helped
But they were
create
not
the ship.
who created this, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's some sort
yes.
of family.
Yeah, I think.
I guess it's to prove that only those of the blood can.
Right, it makes sense to do it this way. So, okay.
And again, it is almost like neon light ash. Instead of these a proper mural, it's like bright blue and orange and neon green and so forth.
Okay.
Strobe lights. Dancing lights. Okay. Can you just go? Is it just?
Yeah, but again, it's just almost like welcoming
okay.
you to.
Does it kind of die out as he passes?
Yeah, it's like it falls like a sphere around him.
Wow.
Does it depict any sort of, let's say, creatures that we might want to be aware of?
Well, make an investigation check.
Just slap whoever makes the investigation check on the button.
He's
I
big.
think that's a good thing.
8? Okay.
14.
14, yeah.
I can do as well.
I can investigate. I guess I just wasn't really like.
Oh yeah!
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. There is at one point where you again, Cargrim is almost walking ahead too fast, but you actually stop him a bit. And then you see what is clearly resembling this, the vessel, the one that meant to inhabit the edict. The metallic thing that you fought on the boat. Some of you were only not present. I'm actually not sure whether or not any of you were. Is this?
It does sound familiar though.
Yeah, the vessel is this liquid metallic golem-esque creature.
Okay.
That
hang on. Was that on the boat by Delta Bay.
Yeah, exactly.
I was there.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
Again, I mean, there's you, Vanya, and Jens. That's why.
Okay.
But some of you also fought the vessel back in Merbukin, the golem that Genevieve merged with.
But then if you fight the Steam Knight, because it was a Steam Knight on the boat as well.
Yeah, again, it was a Hobgoblin Steam Knight experimenting with the vessel to control the Warforged.
Genevieve was before Eos's time.
Yeah.
And Eos's.
Only the Steam Knight was in Delta Bay.
Okay.
Again, and James wasn't actually present at that time, so...
So Eos's reaction is, what's that?
Again, your group has talked about this before, so it's come
isn't this a bit like the thing you guys talked about?
And you can see like almost a female face, or not almost, but actually a female face, almost creating out of light that start to merge with this thing. And in front of it, you see a kneeling Warforged, very similar to the one you're wearing right now. As in, 1-to-1, that is Spark standing, kneeling in front of the merged form of the Edict and the vessel.
That looks like your armor.
It does look like... Well...
I always kind of felt like Spark would come back to get me in the end.
At least he can't bite me in my ass because he's in front of my chest, but...
Yeah. The face, does that look like... Maybe I'm mixing up things now, but there was... We went to university once, and then there was a woman who... There was a golem sometimes, she kind of... combined?
Yeah, again, that was Genevieve. She was simply a secretary working for a thief.
I remember looking... I remember that I ever spoke to her, but
yes.
That looked like her?
No.
Okay.
No.
So this is separate.
This is... Again, it's so androgynous and anonymous. It's like you can take 10 different women and all put them in front. It's like saying, yeah man, it's that person.
So it is a woman, it's not a specific woman.
Yeah, exactly.
It might be a personification of the Edict, maybe?
What?
Did the liquid on the boat
it sank with the...
Did it, because it formed a lot of...
Yeah, exactly. It created that face at one point.
So this is the Edict then?
Maybe. Again, it's just repeated continually. The Edict shall rise again. The Edict shall rise again.
So are we getting a sense that this is past or future?
This is past, clearly.
Interesting.
Cargrim, does this mean anything to you?
Well, no, not really. Again, I'm not no artificer, and what I know about my family is like...
Do you think there are more of these liquids? Because we found one before.
No.
On a ship.
No, I've never seen anything like that.
I wonder if it can move. Because otherwise it's on the bottom of the sea. Just outside of Delta Bay.
Right, but maybe there was... Do you think maybe there was parts of it? If it's sort of a liquid ship, could it maybe split?
Maybe, I don't know.
You don't... From what you can see, it's almost like it's like one solid mass that's when... it hasn't split up as far as you've seen.
The passage continues further in, right?
Yeah.
It's just a part of the mural.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's just... be aware of it. But did your family, did your clan make the edict? Was that part of their...
No, I believe those were elven makers who did that. The dwarves built the forms to inhabit the Warforged.
Okay.
And the edict was this collective mind that could combine all the Warforged. So they could all receive the same message, for instance, at the same time.
So it's just classic elven bullshit.
Well, you said it, not I. But yeah, totally. Fuck them elves. Am I right? And he just nudges Jason aside.
Yeah.
He's half. It's okay.
So only half bastard. Good.
Don't know where was it racist of them? I don't know what the southern thing is.
It's not racist.
Okay. Should we keep going?
Yeah, yes. You continue further inside. And from this part, again, it's clearly a natural tunnel that has been excavated further, but it's like with claws instead.
Oh, that's reassuring.
And there you see it, in front of you lies a fairly large skeletal dragon, missing a bone. And you can see its head has been completely caved in, or rather, its skull is just bones at this point, but it's been completely with a blunt instrument.
Okay, just Just wait a sec. Let's not go.
Let's not do anything
Is
crazy.
this a dead dragon? Or is it a dead dragon?
Make an arcana check.
That's what I've seen. That is Arcana 29.
Cool. Again, you connect to the magical realm, and you also feel this connection to the Carnival, the bane of undeath, and you sense no necrotic energies from this. This is just.
You could do that, and you can use it to take weather.
Oh yeah, I actually have to do that.
You know that while dragons are revered as living gods, there are some religions that believe that if you eat something, you become it, or it becomes part of you.
If it had been an undead dragon, those kobolds would have been very brave to take a.
I mean, kobolds are famously brave.
Yeah.
That's why they have the copper feature. Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's just lying there in like this is sort of a dragon grave.
Maybe it's just a deceased.
Again, it appears to be a young adult dragon.
Okay. Is there any indicator of how it got in here?
Again, this one is clearly like. Again, there's of course in some times where it becomes quite narrow for you guys, but there are other tunnels that leads in, and whatever it found the tunnel that was not wide enough for it, it just
kind of did. Is there any way, and I was getting maybe that's more of Nereus' area, is there any way to see what kind of dragon it was?
Yeah, certainly make a nature check.
A nature?
Any maybe leftover scales that haven't been taken, or just kind of...
that would be 10. Got that.
10. Actually, it's not that hard, given your encounter with the various dragons. This appears to be a chromatic dragon, probably red, given the shape of its skull.
Mine is the cave.
It's the cave in.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, okay.
But you said it had been...
They like volcanoes, it makes sense.
Its skull had been bashed in by a blunt instrument?
Yeah, it looks like... Again, imagine if a person had been clubbed down. That's what it's
Are there any like large boulders next to the skull? No. Okay.
What could do that? To a dragon?
Does it look like...
Guardian? Or the thing
Possibly.
Does it look like a person clubbing it insanely with a normal club or a giant clubbing it?
It looks more like a giant club. Again, it is, let's say, fits size-wise.
Did we hear anything about the Guardian we were here to look for?
No, you know it's called the Great Guardian, that's it.
So that could be a giant size.
It is not to diminish the fact that there's a giant dragon skeleton in here.
No, it's not giant, it's fairly large, but it's not a giant creature.
But is there anything else in here?
No. This is almost like like for instance when a person dies on the street, they create these places where they put flowers and
sort of a memorial.
and it's the same case as a kobold can do, I guess. But again, these are still revering the dragon, and you can also tell when you investigate the bone they clearly have been eating off the dragon for quite some time.
Okay. Do we... Are dragon bones sort of valuable?
No, this isn't Skyrim.
Right.
Is there any new way out of here?
Fischer.
What?
Is there any way out of here other than we...
Yeah, there is still further down a fairly large cave at this point. It seems that the dragon's main lair was further down.
So if I get this right, we were in the worship room.
Yeah.
We went to the right and we're walking down this tunnel where we see all these murals. And we're still in a tunnel when we come across this dragon corpse. Can we... Now, this area you say has been dug out by someone. You say claw marks. Are we talking kobold size or are we talking dragon size?
This is dragon size.
Dug out a hole for itself.
So it was maybe just living here and someone came by and killed it.
Yeah, and probably somebody visiting its lair.
Yeah.
And raiding it.
Yeah. And then the kobolds came by and took its bones, or one of its bones.
And sort of set up a...
And ate it. What was left.
Okay, cool.
Took all the nice stuff. Okay. Any exits?
Yeah, there's still a path down, and you see the tunnel has widened at this point. It seems that the dragon had just, when it was small, it has dug its way down to this part, and as it got larger, it then makes its lair further down, and then have the kobolds live further outside. So this seems like the dragon's probably entered this room in part of protecting its lair.
Okay. So we need to head that way.
Do we get? I know. This is kind of in a way pushing. But I'm trying to get an idea of the scene. Do we get any concept of if the dragon was? I probably can't tell. But do we get an idea if the dragon was chilling and something came by and beat it, or if it was like hiding and it was like? Which way is it facing? Is it...
Again, it was clearly protecting its entrance. Again, it died standing in front of its entrance and then just...
Okay.
Okay.
So whatever probably came same direction that we came from.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Cool,
Yes,
cool.
That's a good point. Well,
Alright.
well thought, yes. Alright. Any outstanding beeswax?
Because I know it.
Cool.
Yes,
And again, you follow the spiral once more, and you can hear from the wall beside you, you can hear like... Again, just faint enough that you can hear them, but they're clearly walking up and down this side. Probably some of guys have to see this. I think the cave is collapsing. Again, and it rushes past you and then it's gone again.
How long have we been there?
At this point, you've probably been traveling for an hour, maybe two.
Right, so the path without a trace would be gone now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to recast it?
I can, if we want to.
Do we want to? I mean, I think it makes sense.
I mean, as long as trying to stay stealthy, we might as well maintain.
Yeah, I'll cast again.
Okay.
And I do have the ability to mold earth as a cantrip.
Okay.
And I also have some other one-off abilities I can do if need be.
Cool.
Good to know. Okay. Okay, should we roll stealth again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus fuck. Whoa. That's
And you used a new die? Oh man. Today's not your day, Harris.
Really, not my day.
Yeah? Well, what's the average then?
Well, I got a 38.
Okay.
So I'm guessing we'll still get the plus 10 then.
Yeah, that's with the plus 10.
Okay, I'm 17.
Yeah?
25.
Damn. Carnival rolled an 18 on the die. So.
Hey!
Again, Naris, you slip a bit, but... Actually, it gets to the point where like people come to go too far from each other, and you're just lifted up in the air, like dangling on the rope.
This works.
Cool. Yes, you start to follow the path, and then you start to feel this breeze of wind.
Like a puff of wind?
No, continual breeze.
Is it hot or cold?
It is cold.
It's cold wind.
Yeah.
What's the temperature otherwise?
It's living room temperature.
Okay, so sort of quite. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's quite nice.
And as you walk past, you can actually see this beam of light hitting from like an off part of the tunnel.
Do you smell anything on the wind? Like, does it smell fresh?
It smells fresh. Yeah.
A beam of light.
And as you walk further still, you can then see it's because it leads out to this beautiful view from like almost like a plateau from the mountain.
Okay, so there's another exit or an entrance here.
Yeah, and you guess this is where
it's further down, right? Because we went down before.
Yeah, exactly. It's just on the other opposite side of.
Okay, so that's good to know.
And it's clear this is where the dragon dug its way in to the volcano.
Right.
Can we see any trees closer to the?
Make a perception check.
Doesn't matter.
Make sure you want to do that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, did you say perception?
Yeah.
That would be 21.
Yeah, you see a tree. It's large.
Oh, just any closer than the ones in the other?
Yeah, it's just on the opposite side.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
No, I don't need to.
I thought you had to know the trick.
Hey,
No.
hey, tree. Hey.
Alright. Okay.
That's fine.
Cool.
So, So the tunnel ends in so there's an opening.
Yeah.
But is that it, or do
Again, it
down?
continues. It continues down. You walk past this plateau.
Okay, it's like
it almost like a balcony, essentially.
Cool. Useful.
I would like you also make a dexterity check.
Dexterity check.
Oh, safe. Sorry.
Damn it.
Who is... That would be you.
Huh?
You get +1.
Why?
Because you're within 10 feet.
Right. I guess.
And once you roll,
We did set 10 feet of slack between them.
yeah. And also once you've rolled the first one, I would like you to roll another one, and also remember that result as well.
Okay. 2 separate dexterity checks. First one is You said plus 4?
It's one.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's start with the first check or save. Eric? 22.
24.
It was just dexterity saving throw, right?
Saving throw, yeah.
Yeah, 19.
19? 17. Cool. All of you, with the exception of Cargrim, feel a shift in the ground beneath you. And one of you probably also hear like this snap, like something getting triggered, like a trap. And then suddenly there's just these pitfalls creating in the ground beneath you, and you see Cargrim just...
Oh, fuck.
You were right in front of him.
Yeah.
Make a strength check.
Were we not also supposed to make another dexterity?
Yo, that comes afterwards.
Yeah. So remember the second dexterity check.
Okay.
And then
our strength. Shit.
Not my strength.
Yeah, that's 13.
13.
No, fuck.
Darius?
Well...
Again, you can use a spell, or same is true for you.
Right, so... I see him.
Yeah, we both see Cargrim and his weight just pulling down.
So I turn into a Earth Elemental.
And you just hope the ground beneath you doesn't fall. But you actually manage to take a couple of strides to have a wide enough step from a pitfall.
Okay.
Then, the second part, you start to hear as stalactites start to... Whoa. So... 14.
19.
Natural.
Damn. And now 8. Well, good thing you can like you have and you have 14, right, Eric? Mm-hmm. Well, okay. How do I describe the way that
you die?
Again, I know that that Jace rolled higher than Carnival. So this is what happens. A stalactite hits you, Davray. You, as you duck away, like, oh shit! Probably just managed to get up your shield. Cargrim, as he falls down, he starts to set again, like almost like a bungee jump, and then the stalactite falls down to the pitfall and hits him.
We're great at escort missions.
That's why you check for traps.
Only eat his hand.
Get his hand, Jace! Just gotta...
Just like when you don't put only the hand.
Jesus.
I'm
gonna borrow this, thank you.
Okay. Davray, you take 22 points of damage. As does Cargrim. And you take half damage because you have resistance to non-magical attacks, I believe.
Well, I have so many resistances.
Yeah.
Bludgeoning, piercing, stuff.
Yeah. So, non-magical.
Did I save them then nothing? Did I just avoid it?
Yeah, again, both of these traps are like safe or something bad happens.
The marker.
Well, these guys?
Yeah.
And you just hear from the pit down below. Oh, shit. You also feel a bit like, ouch, my tummy. As you are just pulled down by a creature like twice your weight.
Okay, so after this has sort of
settled down.
Does it seem like it has settled?
Yeah.
But we're now standing in a room where there are several holes.
Yeah, you need to like watch where you're going.
I'm gonna go over to the pit where they fall.
Yeah.
Whoa. Kind of be very careful. Because if you fall now...
Oh, actually, I'll untie myself.
Sure?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, he gets
Where's the station all of this?
She's outside.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you walk over. You can see Jace like hanging sideways.
Well,
and
good news.
Cargrim spinning around like blood running down from his temple.
Good news, they're not worked. Good, the ropes are pulling.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Nereus can do that as well. Yeah. But what is down there? Is it just a hole?
Endless darkness. You don't know how far it goes down.
Okay, let's get these guys up. But I'm thinking, I mean, if we are going down...
Can you cast light on a rock and then drop it?
Yeah, no.
I don't
have light, actually.
I could technically cast fairy fire on a rock and throw it down.
We could. There'll be ways for us to figure out how deep this is. But I'm just thinking. Okay, well, let's get everybody up first.
Pull up.
Jace, what's your passive perception?
Nederst Leon stats.
Oh, that's the one. 18.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Okay.
I think. Wait, what? How's that? It's
Quite
proficiency.
Yeah.
Plus 10.
And plus 10.
Mhm.
Okay, then it actually should be 19.
Yeah,
Wow,
no, that
you're
makes sense. You get
again-
18 wisdom, yeah.
Your elven ears. You can actually hear the faint, like somebody's talking again. They don't mind how loud, how loud they're talking, but it seems to be elvish. You can't quite make out all of the words, but it comes from down below.
I hear Elvish.
Could be drowned.
They're clearly talking louder than you guys, so you don't think your voices will carry down, but now at least not that.
Just echoes and shit. What are they saying?
Make a perception check again.
That as well.
Okay, that's still not too bad. That's 16.
Yeah, certainly.
I mean, I can't communicate it to
What do you say?
16.
16.
Nope.
Again, you just, it's like hearing somebody talk on a bad self-reception, like noise. But you can hear this weird archaic dialect to the words. And I'm going to say, because you have encountered some, this seems to be maybe Underdark Drow Elvish.
How do the voices sound? Like what kind of demeanor? Like
smart asses, essentially.
So not like
Relaxed conversation.
Yeah, against like
conversation. Okay.
essentially like, did you hear that? I know, I fucking heard nothing, man. That sort of.
You have bad elven ears.
But you pull everyone up.
Yep.
I was like,
I reply myself.
Okay.
How are you can get last? Or you gonna need a?
I might need Leah just a minute.
Ooh, that
Let
was
that in.
deep.
Thankfully, I have a fixed score.
Right. Dwarvenness. Could we get a quick heal on Cargrim? Someone?
I'll touch him up.
Yeah.
You. Okay.
I will touch him for 10.
Stranger than you. You. And the wound just.
Okay. Unnatural.
Yeah. Looks like the reverse of flowered petals.
Oh god.
That is disgusting.
Why did I look at it? Okay. So I was thinking, guys. So Carnival, we're thinking down is the direction we want to go.
Aye.
We don't know how many of this kind of traps there could be. Maybe we go down here. Now.
Alright.
Because as you were saying, we don't know what we could encounter. This just seems like a shortcut, essentially, away.
You tell us about the voices?
Yes, I do tell them about the voices.
Yeah.
Yardardy voices.
Just hear the sound of rocks turning as now it's like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you can kind of move through stone, right, Neris? Right now?
Right, I just not because you can.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Could you maybe go down, see how far down it is, and if there's any drought down there, and then just come up and give us a thumbs up if it's good, and thumbs down if it's not?
I do that.
Alright, cast message on there is.
Cool.
And just, I say, you could just, if there's anything you need to say, you can say it this way.
No, but I'm in the.
Yeah, but message is mental, so it's just, if you wanted to say something to us,
Oh, right.
this is the way to, you could do it by, because messages, I can message you and you can message, you get a reply.
Okay.
That should work.
Doesn't disturb material moves through. Okay. Yeah. Nothing says you can't do that, so you move.
Yeah.
Now all you have to do is make a perception.
Sorry, that's the part.
Yeah, do you actually have that as an elemental?
That's elemental.
That would be sad. If
That would be a wisdom. Well, actually, an earth elemental does have 20 wisdom.
That's cool, but does it have dark vision?
Or earth tremors, probably.
Oh, yeah, it probably has tremor sense.
It has dark vision, tremor
And tremor sense. Yeah. Again, no, you can easily, you've just moved to. Yeah, and they are fucking.
Try to sneak up on
That's why it takes both your.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
But yeah, you just follow the small echoes of footsteps and so forth. Almost like a ring in the wall, like. Yeah. And your face, it essentially becomes one with the wall in the room. And what you see is 3 drow standing in front of a large gate. where the locks or the doors actually goes like this, essentially.
Right. So it's unlocking.
Yeah. And do you speak Elvish?
Yeah.
No? Thanks. And one says, "Oh, I mean, how are we supposed to get through this? This is insane." No, man. Something has to be done. We have to be ready for a rush.
Very well.
And you see another one walks up to it and like kicks it hard and like starts to jump on one foot like.
I return to the others.
And you also notice when you're down there, it's actually pretty hot.
That's good.
Seems to come some warm.
That's
warmness
pretty
from
nice to know in a volcano.
And the door itself is actually red hot, like iron being smithed.
All right.
Okay, so we use the technique of me messaging you, so saying just whatever you want to say. No, as soon as you get up to us.
Yeah.
I message you, and I just whatever, and then you just whatever. Yeah,
Right.
okay.
So,
And you can easily create a tunnel for them to fall down. Because right now, you actually notice that the fall would have been like this. So if you had just fallen down, you would have landed on something.
How far is it down?
Well, actually, I can't make a tunnel for them.
Nah, I'm going to say
Okay.
you can in this scenario.
But we can. I mean, we can find a way down.
Yeah.
But it's more how.
120 feet.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, theoretically, we can all just feather
The earth glide of the.
Yeah, I know it moves without disturbing, but I'm going to say because you can move out because it is a tunnel, so you can move out and like start to.
Okay, sure.
I think that would potentially make quite a lot of noise.
Yeah.
So maybe we should hold off on that plan because there might be a stealthier way of getting down there that doesn't involve us making new tunnels.
So it is essentially 80 feet drop.
Is it stone or is it?
It's rock, yeah. But 80 feet drop, then it goes out to the side, and then the last 40 feet down.
Okay, fine. That's manageable.
Could I, using the earth glide, look for another path down there?
Potentially, you can make an investigation.
How long do you have?
8 hours.
Okay. So yeah.
Enough.
Is the sorry? I'm just that gate. What are we thinking that is to?
That's the question.
It could be the entrance to the Underdark, right? Are we deep enough for that?
No.
Okay.
Also, the Dark Elves are trying to get through it. If they're from the Underdark, maybe.
So maybe it's the Dragon's lair?
It seems. I mean, I don't think dragons build gates. I think, if anything, the gate is your ancestors, or maybe whoever.
Again, it seems. I believe that'd be the case, yeah.
I think this is the way we're going.
Okay. That really would be a good way to keep intruders out. Just make it red hot.
Mm-hmm. I just earth glide down to see where I was before.
Yeah.
To see where that tunnel is leading. The one they came from. Just to get a sense of.
Couldn't you just like earth glide under them? Just go like.
Venus flytrap.
I look forward to the day when I can cast spells while.
Crazy.
So you have to go walk backwards from where they are, from the.
Well, yeah, just glide,
Yeah. What you see as you enter essentially another room, you can see the body of an undead body, rather, or now dead fire giant with this, with a massive mace,
Covered in dragon blood.
and it's been completely eviscerated. This zombie.
Okay.
Zombie.
It had been undead.
It's a dead undead.
Oh.
So is it?
So the draft.
It's a undead fire giant, right?
Again, because you're not ever going to guess it, so I can just reveal. What has happened is the fire giant managed to slay the dragon, but died from his injuries. Then raised up as a zombie.
Something.
Yeah. Then the drow came, and then they just took care of it.
Cool. Okay, so the fire giant is not behind the gate.
No, I'm not going through the gate.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find a way for you to get down, stealthily.
I mean, flying
But how would you fly down there?
down by flying down.
Again, feather fall or fly.
I mean, yeah, we could just jump.
So it's down there.
Again, from the hole where Jason and Carnival
We're looking down at it.
Okay.
And you can just go. But so I think we're okay with getting down there. It's just whether we should and whether that's safe. But I think we should.
I think it's safe.
Yeah.
How long will it take you to make that fall?
Feather fall is
Depending on whether we use feather fall.
Well, yeah.
60 feet per round?
It's 60 feet per round, so 2 rounds, basically. Which is, so when we get close enough, we can just start blasting them, and then the second round, we're there, basically.
Yeah, but the problem is, with Featherfall, because of the shape of the shaft, if you touch that enemy, then you need to
there's only
cast
20, is it 40 feet the last?
yeah, the 40 feet.
They win for us.
Okay. But maybe if we could
By
get...
the way, I just hope that we took into consideration that you unhooked yourself from the rope while I was earth gliding.
Yes, hopefully. Right?
Yeah, that would make sense.
No, we're all dead.
Just all got cut to pieces. Or at least the ones that meet, just Jason and I, actually. No, never mind. I mean, either we could... The Featherfall could work if we throw us... Either we could Featherfall twice, which is an option. Level 1 spell slot, whatever. Or if we could get far enough into the area, we could Featherfall directly. But that would mean... So we'd have to sort of get ourselves out there. Separately, there's quite a lot of options of movement out there for us. Maybe there aren't really. We could also just rappel down using all this goddamn climbing gear that we've got for ourselves.
Yeah, 48 gold on. So, we go. Yeah, why don't we repel on the first level, and then from there we can just drop down for the fall.
I think it's a good solution. Also, Neris, you can be our anchor while we rappel down the first 80 feet.
Yeah.
And then you can just earth glide.
Essentially, what she can do is she can form a arm out the wall, make a rope, you all grab and just
basically
create an elevator.
Yeah.
Or what if you could...
Okay,
could you half earth meld, and then we just sort of stand on you, and then you just kind of like a lift?
Yeah. You just need an elevator, baby.
Would that work? Is that nice?
Again, you might need to make some dex checks to not fall.
Not at the same time, but just sort of individually. I don't know. Let's just climb down. I think we're fine.
Yeah.
We will repel on the first level then.
Cool. I'm gonna say make an athletics check with advantage because you're using climbing gear.
Can we use acrobatics?
Can we use acrobatics? Is my question. It's cool. It's cool. I'm very strong.
Ooh.
But am I proficient in it now? I'm not.
If you only had dance before, then you get advantage on, right?
Acrobatics.
Oh.
Yeah. 12.
12, yes. Dabber?
15?
15, yeah.
Was it athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Athletics, okay, 17.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, do we have to roll to do it stealthily?
That's gonna check up on
okay,
next.
Cool. Fine. Oh yeah, clean clank.
So, what was your roll, Alyssa? 12. Okay. It couldn't have gone better. As in, you dropped the last 15 feet. So
take some damage.
2 points. You just managed to avoid landing directly on your tailbone.
Yeah.
But your ass is really sore at this point.
Oh my ass.
Smash.
Okay. Fair enough.
Jace is like, well, I've been down this hole once, I guess.
Fair. That's how it works.
Yeah.
And Cargrim as well.
Cargrim, no problems there.
He's been down that hole before as well.
It's a bit harder with the heavy armor to create the pendulum.
Wait, why don't I just...
I just
went
flat out. That's why I'm gonna wait with the whole stealth check because you're probably gonna realize that. Yeah, they don't notice any of you. Not even ears like. When you get up, you can just feel one of your vertebrae is just slightly.
Aww, it's 2. I don't think. Actually, save it.
Okay.
But yeah, you're all now down on the first step.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then now it's a straight drop down to the...
Yeah, to do less
40 feet down?
Yeah.
I'm ready to marry path into all this.
And there's essentially like this formation where you so you land here, so you can make an S shape to get out to where the drows are trying to get through the door.
Oh, so we can't see them from where we are.
No, when you drop down they can see you. You can see them because they don't know there's this entrance right now. That's the only reason you discovered it is because Neris actually became part of the whole.
I think I sort of get it. Yeah. So we can't be on this platform and sort of shoot them.
No.
Okay, so we have to go down. Okay, but that's fine. We can do that.
You still have the second path without a trace is still active, right?
Yeah. Theoretically, but it wouldn't be active while we were rappelling down because you were at the top. It emanates from you.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you maintain concentration?
Yeah.
So actually, it makes it so much easier for me to concentrate. Apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it's fewer thoughts. It's just kind of stone. Well, indeed. But I believe that possible 30 feet. Yeah, from you. So as we were rappelling down, at some point we would be out.
No, but I mean now before we attack.
Now, yes, you can definitely join us.
No, I mean, but as we attack now, the path without a trace would be in effect.
Theoretically, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
do we just repel the last 40 feet?
Yeah.
You're flying. Well, not that. We're using her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, we're just doing the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Certainly. Again, you need to get out and it's cut narrow, so you have to go out one at a time.
Okay, I'll go first.
Remember, make a stealth check.
Might as well. And am I within 30 feet of Neris if she's moved?
I'll make sure that I'm.
Yeah, I would say again she can essentially be like the center point.
Be in the ground, right?
She can do whatever she wants to be.
That's still gonna be 21.
21.
Right?
That's not bad, actually.
Jesus.
I'm rolling a lot of 2s and 19s today.
They don't notice you, mate.
I just walk up behind one of them.
I roll a lot of ones.
Yeah.
I mean,
Shank this.
statistically, I shouldn't be able to.
When I'm looking at these guys today, they're armed, I assume.
Yeah. Two of them seem to be like carrying weapons. One is like a great sword, another is two scimitars, and the last one seems to be more the mage.
Robe, that's the one I wanted. That was the part that I was interested in. Yeah. Okay, I'll just
roll a perception check.
But it's dark, so it's disadvantaged, though.
Do they all have lights?
No, actually, it's not dark because the red Searing hot dwarf cast lights.
Oh, okay. I think that's just an 18. I don't think I get anything for perception. No, 18.
You look up, and upside on the ceiling, you see another creature looking down. A dwarf form from the torso and up. Arachnid from the bottom and down.
Okay. Do I get awkward eye contact with it? Oh, I do actually.
And you just see the three dwarves slowly start to
Fireball!
Thanks for listening. The intro music was by Fischer, whereas the outro music was by Martin Kerr. The other pieces which are mentioned in the description down below were by Kevin MacLeod. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we hope to see you again in Doroken.